a comment that was made on Facebook the other day about being a submissive woman. They were saying that a submissive woman controls her man, and I agree with that. I think until we begin to talk in honesty and transparency and stop pandering to both sides, especially to the sisters, because there is so much entitlement, and because men have been quiet for so long, and it's been the men that has been quiet were the type of men that y'all really need to be listening to. The men that doing the most talking ain't the ones, they don't have nothing to say anyway.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, man, holding it down for Kandid Konvos. Definitely check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. People today, they lazy. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work. If stuff start getting a little rough in the relationship or in the marriage, ain't nobody trying to fix nothing. Like, I mean, that's how people's mindsets are today. Yeah, but that's how I know that folks don't truly understand what marriage was about, because they tap out way too easy. Yeah, you see people fight harder for a job, like they can't go get another one of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, she's talking about these guys coming to these foreign countries and sourcing out these foreign women because they possess these character traits. Yep, they're more cooperative when it comes to a man, or they're more cooperative when it comes to a marriage and a relationship. They're more, nurturing forward when it comes to a relationship. They're more I don't even want to use the word soft, but I'll use the word soft. They're softer when it comes to, these relationships and interactions with men and so forth. And like I said, we definitely got to be honest. We see a difference, right? We see a difference. And I think, Chloe and Tay made some good points earlier. A lot of this stuff is based around money over here in the West. What's good? Welcome back to Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Coco on deck. We got Cole on deck. Say what's up to the people, y'all.
Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Man, the infamous Happy Wednesday. Man, shout out to y'all for joining us tonight, man. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Likes are free. Smash that like button. Also, man, anybody new to the platform, we appreciate you holding us down, coming to check out the conversation. So we appreciate that. But once again, smash that like button, hit that subscribe as well, and also hit that share. That's how we get seen. But definitely smash that like button for us. Definitely smash that like button for us. Okay, so we're going to get right to it tonight. We're not going to waste no time. So let me go ahead and drop this link. Here's the link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge. If you're coming through Apple device, come on through your Apple device. Join us on the panel. Don't be scared. Like I said, we welcome all perspectives to the conversation. because we understand that everybody's lived different lives. Yeah, so your value add to the conversation will be different from somebody else's. So we welcome all of that. So here's the link once again to join us on the panel. Let's see, you do have to cam up, or at least, you know what I'm saying, show who you are before we can let you up. In addition to the video feed here, we also have this link in the chat feeds as well. So you can catch it at the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube or Facebook, where we're currently live right now. Okay, so I'll leave this link up here a little bit as we get into the conversation. But like I said, we're going to get right to it tonight. We're not going to play with it. So topic for tonight. Man, Black people need to do better. Yeah, that's a fact. Topic for the mic. Black people need to do better. All right, see if we got checking in. Shout out to my guy Donovan in the building. He said, "What up, fam? What's going on, Donovan? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight. Checking in to the show. Appreciate you." All right, cool. All right, we're gonna get right to it, man. We got a couple things down here in the list, man. So we'll see how this go. But yeah, we getting right to it. We getting right to it lately. We ain't been playing around. We've been getting right to it. All right, let's go on and get on into this.
If your partner is amazing, what do you do if your partner is amazing? Like, he's amazing emotionally, physically. Earlier this year, I had to have 2 brain surgeries. He stayed with me in the hospitals. He even washed my butt some of the times.
Damn.
But he wasn't working for a couple of months, and I'm 24 now. So I basically feel like I'm just real grown, and I just want to know, like, how long.
Tell me more about this 24 grown. That's not me talking, that's the crowd. So what's your question?
Basically, like, we haven't been out on any dates or anything recently, and I just want to know, like, how long do I wait before I feel appreciated?
This saying. And you don't feel appreciated. Can't win.
This is at the point that we have to acknowledge people's capacities. Because while you were in your season of being taken care of, he was the one doing the nursing back to health, right? And he could probably still be trying to regain his capacity for himself after spending his year taking care of you. And as you've gotten able to be better and, oh, I feel better now, I want to go on dates, he's trying to process what he just went through. So instead of you saying, how do I get to the space of me feeling appreciated, what have you done to show appreciation to your man for just nursing you back to health?
You said,
I must be tripping. I'm sorry. Hold on.
What do you do if your partner is amazing? Like, he's amazing emotionally, physically. Earlier this year, I had to have 2 brain surgeries. He stayed with me in the hospitals. He even washed my butt some of the times.
Damn.
But he wasn't working for a couple of months, and I'm 24 now. So I basically feel like I'm just real grown, and I just want to know, like, how long.
Tell me more about this 24 grown.
Man. Oh man, let me
Oh, come on.
So let me check the comments real fast, and I'm gonna come on back. Man, shout out to Kenyatta in the building. She said, "Happy Wednesday." What's going on, Kenyatta? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight, holding us down. Shout out to my guy Civil in the building. He said, "Happy Wednesday, everyone." What's going on, Civil? Appreciate you hopping on with us as well, man. See, Kenyatta said, "Hey, Coco, and your curls." Oh, shout out to them curls. Okay, shout out to the curls. Let's see. Donovan said, "Folks be worried about how it look and not about what we have. She's a goofball." Man, Donovan also said, "Let's see, he needs to run far, run fast." Man, I had to run that back real fast. I had to run that back. I'm like, maybe I'm hearing something wrong. Yeah, I'm thinking I was hearing something wrong. Hold on. Is that so?
Yeah.
You want to say something, so?
Huh?
Did you want to say something? Come off mute.
Yeah. No.
So I saw this full clip, and I think I want to say it was Kitty that responded to that. But yeah, she basically told her she was talking straight foolishness, and she was definitely not mature, and that's it. Like,
Okay.
first of all, if a man is taking care of you while you didn't invent anything, I mean, to me, that's like one depressing lady, because it was the people that really do not care this day and age, and to say when are you gonna feel appreciated, dumb, just straight dumb. Like, you don't understand what somebody was showing you appreciation and love by
Right.
taking care of you while you on potentially your deathbed. Are you insane? Like, what are we talking about? So she was very immature. She needs to take whatever or whoever she prays to, or somebody gave enough to even care for her. Um, but that's part of the garbage that we're talking about. Like, that right there. That's one example.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Yeah, no, that's why we talking about we need to do better. Hit your mute for me, y'all, Cole. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, no, that's why we talking. We need to do better. Hold on, so I know you.
That's not me talking. That's the crowd.
Hold on. I just want to see where. Well, they all had something to say.
You said that you're 24 and you're grown, right? I think this is exactly where you showing your age at. I want to offer that you learn the signs of a good man. Because if you don't, you will become an of-age mature woman that looks back at him and his wife and his family, and you say, I really done.
Before I got into podcasting, I was a registered nurse. And I'm going to tell
you, I ain't trying to hear you right now, bro.
Okay. I want you to.
Yeah, so, yeah, I ain't trying to do it with bro right now. So tonight we talking, man, black people need to do better, man. So yeah, this video came across, let's say y'all all just saw it. I've been seeing the comments coming through. Let's see, Kenyatta said, let's see, well, she's not giving wife material. No, she definitely ain't talking like that. At least I'm not hearing it. Let's see, shout out to Victoria Williams in the building. She said, happy Wednesday. What's going on, Victoria? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight, holding us down. See, Kenyatta also says, so he can wipe her ass, but she's mad about him not having a job for a few months. Girl, bye. Crazy stuff. Let's see, Donovan also said, let's see, logic was removed in one or both surgeries. Man, you didn't come at it like that, did you, man? Y'all be something else, man. Man, I'm come circling up to the panel, man, because I got some frustrations with this video, man. But yeah, we definitely got to do better. Yeah, I know Cole got it. She kicked it off for us, but we definitely got to do better on this one. But I'm gonna check in with Coco and Beatboxer. I don't know if y'all want to say anything on this. If not, let me know. And I'll get right to it. Y'all let me know what it is. This mess crazy right here. Go ahead, Coco.
I mean, I don't know if it's much more that can be said. I don't know. Only because I struggle sometimes to believe that people are this self-absorbed. I struggle to believe that people are really just this out of touch with reality. You don't think that this man, while he was wiping your behind and nursing you back to health from both of your brain surgeries, that he didn't go through his own emotional, mental, situation, right? Like, obviously he cared about you very deeply enough to stay with you through that and to nurse you back to health through that. So there probably is a toll that was taken on him mentally, on him emotionally as well. And you mean to tell me you can't even, so you had time to recover, but you can't give him that? You can't give him time to recover from that? So basically he was facing potentially losing you. He was taking care of you. Sounds like he had to walk away from his job in order to be able to be there for you, to support you. And it's a problem now. Like we can't be this out of touch. And you're 24 and you're already like this at 24. I mean, so I hate to say it this way, and I don't want to speak this over her, but I'm concerned about what she's gonna look like in 20 years. If this is your mindset at 24 and you have a whole lot of life, God willing, in front of you, and this is already your mindset and your attitude, well, this is what the wall looked like before it becomes a wall. We're literally getting to see it. Like, this is what it looks like. And in 20 years, I don't want this for her, but it could be her in one of these videos talking about men, ain't no good men out here. I don't need a man for nothing. I got my own life. And these men, all they want to do is play up in your face. And sis. So yeah. Now I have to believe what was said. It was an old movie. If you know, when he was like, every woman has the exact love life that she wants. And I believe that to be true. So if your love life is successful and it's thriving, it's because that's what you want. And that is what you go after. And that is what you nurture. That is what you pour into. That's what you put your focus on. And if your love life is trash, that's exactly what you want. It's what you go after. It's the level that you on. It's
Okay, you're gonna leave that right there, huh?
That's it.
Okay. I didn't know if you want to say something, B-Box. Let me know if you're good, man.
Yeah. All I can say is once she leaves this guy, because it's gonna happen, this clip's living in infamy. So she's done out here. So the wall, like as Kogo said, the wall hit her now. So I mean, this guy self-sacrificed, obviously had to quit his job to take care of you. And you're like, well, that's good and all, but he's not taking me on dates. Oh, man. I don't know. This is going to be circle around the wagon. Like, because this is like food. This is like fodder for all these red pill guys. And all these guys are like what women are like. I don't know, man. Donovan put it best. So shout out to Donovan. This kind of proves my point. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's yeah.
Hey, man, it's over.
Yeah. No, it's not looking good, man. And this is why we talking. We got to do better, man. I saw this video, man. I had to run that back real quick because I'm like, I know this little young lady didn't just say what I thought she said. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that you with a guy? And I think based on what she was saying, this guy is in his 20s. And it's like, you with a 20-something-year-old guy who understands that you got some health stuff going on. You got to have some brain surgeries. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't bounce back from brain surgeries. So my man is riding with you through some brain surgeries, taking care of you, at the hospital with you. Yeah, she said even to the point where he got to clean her up. He got to clean her stuff up. Yeah, this guy done either lost a job or had to give up a job because he like, I need my time to be able to be with you, make sure you good. And it's like the only thing that you can come up with is to get on a public platform like tonight's conversation and talk about when you gonna feel appreciated. And I'm like, I'm thinking this guy is 20-something years old, and it's just like, so he put it all down to come take care of you, and it's like, this is your response, like this is your show of appreciation to him, talking about some dates. Yeah, I'm confused at where we went wrong. Yep, I'm confused at where we went wrong to get to the point where we feel like a date is the only way somebody can show appreciation. Yeah, like let that sink in. Yeah, a lot of folks, they appreciate each other all the time. They don't be out here dating all the time. They don't be out here at these old stupid restaurants and these bars and all that mess. They be posted. Yeah, but there's no lack of appreciation on either side. But I'm like, for somebody literally to ride or die, let me just be real. This man would fall into the classification of a ride or die dude. Yeah, this dude done rode with you through brain surgeries. And all you can come up with is, when is you gonna feel appreciated? Like, man, we gotta do better, man. I'm like, this ain't even, I don't even know how you even utter those words out your mouth. Like I don't get it. Yep, and then like I said, we see the videos out here of ladies talking about ain't no good men out here, and it's like, okay, well, clearly, sis, you probably done found one, at least a half decent one, and you still talking about he don't appreciate you. Like, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't understand what I don't understand how we got to this point. Yep, and then take it a step further. I'm watching a young lady in the video, and she's smiling like it's funny. And I'm like, this is not funny. And the reason I say that this is not funny is because a point that I've made in the past that I still don't think folks understand. A lot of these guys out here, especially the decent ones, they have a threshold. Yep, a guy who knows that he's a decent guy, who moves a certain way, carry himself a certain way, got a certain level of discipline, he has a threshold. He only gonna play with you for so long, and then he gonna be up out of there. Yep, and trust and believe, some other young lady who understands what she's looking at is going to scoop him up. Yeah, this is why, what's her name? Dr. Bryant. This is why she said you're going to see this man later and he's going to be with his wife and his family in it. That's usually what happens. Yeah, so even in the time where we have a lot of ladies saying that it's hard to find a good man, y'all still playing over men. Yeah, forget that date. That date don't mean nothing. That little roof, Chris. That little tough steak, that don't mean nothing. Like, this dude, he riding with you for your life, trying to make sure you stay alive. And you ever talking about a date? Now, you talking about somebody wasn't working for some months, like while he was dealing with you, like, you know what I'm saying, making sure you was good. Like, is we serious? And then after all of that, and then I said, I'm gonna keep it moving after this. After all of that, you want to claim that you mature and grown. And I'm over here like, where the maturity and the grownness at? What she say? I'm 24. I'm kind of grown. Where? Yeah, you ain't said nothing grown yet. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna be quiet, man. But yeah, that's why we talking, man. We black people got to do better. See, Donovan said men with thresholds are labeled deadbeats by the delusional ones. Yeah, you know that them labels, man. See, Kenyatta said, are these guests paid actors, actresses? Because the mess some of these folks say is crazy. You know what, Kenyatta? I wondered that myself too. Yeah, I wondered that myself because I'm like, man, I agree with you, Kenyatta. Some of this stuff that some of these folks get up here, and like I said, they get up there just as proud on that microphone, pull out that little cue card and read off the little question. And I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, are these even real scenarios? Is the show giving you the questions to ask and you just the face? Like, but then sometimes if you go a little farther into them, I don't know if they all are staged up. Like, sometimes I think these are just legit folks. And like, this is what they thinking and this is how they feel. Like, so yeah, I don't know, but your guess is good as mine. But yeah, I had that same consideration. I'm like, is this just staged up? I don't know. But we're gonna we gonna keep moving, man. Listen, I've been getting straight to it lately. I ain't even been playing. I gotta see. Let me see who's gonna go number 2. Yeah, because y'all over here, y'all doing me in with some of these videos now.
I debated getting on here and saying this because I know it's going to upset a lot of women, and I love women, so I don't want to be attacked by women. I love y'all, but I'm saying this out of love because I really do feel this way, and that is that I think women have materialized men way too much. The way men objectify women to just be their bodies, we've objectified men to just be their wallets, to just be money, what they can provide, and we've completely misconstrued the definition of a true provider. We've minimized it to a provider just being someone who funds our lifestyle, pays all the bills, and as long as he does that, he's a good provider. A true provider is going to give you stability. He's going to make you feel emotionally safe, all these, but not to get into that right now. I just think as women, we've literally done what men have done, and 2 wrongs don't make a right. It's now created this dating scene where everything is transactional. Everything. You give me this, I give you that. And it's to the point where a lot of women are now okay with this idea. Like, I'm okay with, you know what, he just pays for everything and I'm cool. That's why men take a woman on a date and he thinks he's owed something after. Like, we don't realize that we've done that as women. Did we start it? No. But we've continued it and we've only made it worse. Like, I think as women, we need to all come together and just stop using men, period. Like, let's just leave them completely alone. We're in a society now where women can have a decent job and pay and fund their own lives. And that just be it. Like, I just think and again, I understand how it happened. I'm not saying women are at fault. I'm just saying we've continued it and it's only gotten worse. And now our dating scene is horrible. And both genders are to blame, is really what I'm saying. Like, it's unfortunately not just the men. Like, as a collective, I think just women have become way too materialistic. As far as men, like, oh, luckily for me, my following isn't so huge to where, you know, I'm going to get all my controversial opinions out now. So.
She's so scared of the women. She's so scared of the women. She tried to hold them accountable and then she just kind of fell apart at the end. She's so afraid of what the women are going to say. Even though she knows that what she's saying is valid. She's making a valid point. She is. But she's so scared of what the women are going to say. She had a chance to really hold women accountable. And she kind of did, but then she kind of fell off. Saying, I'm not saying it's women's fault, but it's everybody's fault. You know. So that means that it is women's. So then it is women's fault, right there. Because if it's women and it's men, that means it is their fault. It can't be everybody's fault, but not women's fault. Like what? It doesn't make sense. She was almost there. And did she say unfortunately it's not just the men? Like, unfortunately, it's not just the men. Dog, I mean, you really just gotta let them keep talking. And then her point about we live in a society where women, they're working, they can take care of themselves, they take care of everything they need. And I'm just like, y'all do realize that this really is a modern Western society thought, right? Like, y'all are literally benefiting off of the infrastructure that was put in place largely by men. This is why y'all can live however you want to live and work wherever you want to work, how you want to work, and say things like, I don't need a man, we don't need a man. And This is why y'all can do that, because the men have done all the heavy lifting and has done all the hard work. And so now you can come in and you can work for these companies that were started by men, and you can, drive cars that were built by men, and you can live in homes that were also built by men, and you can, have your lights and your gas and your all the things that were set up by men. So I don't know. I think as women, if we're going to really have this conversation, we have to have it honestly. And we have to say that this is not a problem that the men created. The men didn't make you materialistic. Men didn't do that. Now, if you want to say the men's part is, using women for their bodies, that's their issue. That's a separate issue, right? That issue exists over there on its own. Women using men for their money or their resources, that's a woman's issue, right? They're two separate issues. Now, I'm not saying that they don't converge, which then creates a transactional situation, but the men's issue, that's the man's issue. The woman's issue, that's the woman's issue. You don't need him to fix your issue, and he doesn't need you to fix his issue. This is something you need to run along and fix for yourselves. But the problem is we too busy trying to blame the other person. They're only comfortable saying it's both of us. They're not comfortable saying it's me. And we can't have a real conversation until they can say it's me. I'm the drama. So, I mean, yeah, okay, great. I'm glad you've come to this realization, but your video didn't land the way that it needed to, because you couldn't hold women, yourself included, accountable the way that you needed to.
Right. Yeah, no, she definitely was tap dancing a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Let me check in with Beatboxer Cole. Either one. I know if y'all want to say something, just come off, say whatever you want to say. Go ahead, Beatboxer.
Yeah, she was tap dancing like Gregory Hines. She really was. This is one of the reasons why I don't necessarily like talking to the average woman about like dating and like what you should do, is because it's always, well, what about the men? What do the men got to do? What do they got to do? Listen, a lot of the things that men are doing is reactionary, right? It's not a lot of the things that men are doing. Like, if I know, and I tell women this, I've said this over and over again. If I know you think that all I am is a utility, then I'm going to move in kind. Like, I'm not going to be nice to you. I'm going to treat you like the utility you think I am, right? So it's going to be paid. I'm like, hey, I do this for you. You do this for me. That's it. Or like I've said before, there's so many more options out here, ladies, other than dealing with you. There's so many things. There are women out here who will screw guys for free. Me and Silver have been saying that forever. That's why it's like, if we're going to do this pay for play thing, some guys don't have to pay. So, well, I mean, what are we doing? What are we talking about? Men are not doing anything that's not something that women haven't created. Women have created this. We hear y'all. We hear y'all saying, we don't want you to walk up to us. We don't want y'all to do this or that. Listen, I hear you. I'm going to do exactly what you tell me to do. Even if it's petty, I'll do it. I'll do exactly what you want. Because I'm going to win in the end. I'm going to win. It might not be optimal. It might not be the best case scenario. It just kind of reminds me of The Matrix. Have you ever watched the second Matrix, where near the end of the movie, the architect says, we don't want to deal with humans anymore. Basically, he says, like, yeah, using humans as power is great and all, but we can live without y'all. That's kind of what is kind of happening with men. That's what men are kind of saying. So, ladies, y'all gotta get it together, because some men are not. This is why there's passport bros. This is why some guys are looking elsewhere, and there's guys like me who saying it's S-way SBM, because this is what we're dealing with, bro. This is what we're dealing with. It's unfortunate.
No, I understand what you're saying, man. Yeah, I heard what the young lady was saying, but I agree with y'all. She definitely did some tap dancing. She definitely, was going back and forth. And I'm like, you can't really be doing that. You gotta stand on what it is. But, you know, once again, we always want to offload the responsibility. Yeah, we never want to just own it and own our piece of it. And like, we always want to offload the responsibility. And she proceeded to do that, you know, towards the end. So I guess she's concerned about her, you know, subscribers or followers, whatever she got going on. So she went on and played that safe card. But this is something though. She said something or made a point that I do want to present this question, because I'm seeing something. Yep, and I really want to understand this. So she made a point of saying that the men, I guess that would be objectify the women. And then of course that can translate into sexualize the women. So my question around that is who is actually, and let's say everybody in the comments, drop a comment as well, who is actually doing the objectifying / sexualizing? Yeah, I'm curious. Because my point to that is that really the men doing that? Yes, I need somebody to keep it a buck with me. Who is actually doing the objectifying, sexualizing of the women? Yep, are the women doing that or are the men doing that? Yeah, because I've brought this up before. Go ahead, Coco.
I think that women don't want to own the fact that you can't go out into the world any way you want to and then expect to not have to deal with whatever repercussions and consequences that brings. Y'all can't be out here, you know, in, you know, jumpsuits that are, you know, 1 or 2 sizes too small, with no underwear on. You can't be walking around here with shirts on, with no bra on, with your nipples poking out. You can't be walking around here, you know, with shirts on that, you know, look like they're made for men and you got side boob hanging out. Like you can't be walking around like that, skirt so short that, you know, if you just stoop down a little bit, we can see your buckets. Like you can't be walking around like that and then think that a man isn't going to look at you. You must want somebody to look at you, sis. You got to, because you putting it all on show. You advertising. So you must want somebody to be looking. Let's be so for real for a second. You're not just doing it for yourself because you saw yourself when you looked in the mirror before you walked out the house. So who else you trying to get to look at it? So we have to be honest. Women, we are objectifying ourselves when we present ourselves in public in this way. We want some type of attention. We want some type of validation. We're looking for something. So you can't then do that and turn around when somebody gives you the validation, but it's not the one that you want. It's not from whom you want, or it's not the type that you want. Then you have a problem with it. You feel objectified. Well, you have to choose. You got to pick. You got to choose. Either you want a man to view you, you want a man to view you respectfully and have respect for you. Then you're going to present yourself as someone worthy of respect and admiration. Or you're going to present yourself as someone who is looking for validation and attention. Because listen, they'll give you that. If a man can see that you're looking for some attention and some validation, he'll give you that. He'll give it to you. He'll absolutely give it to you. They got no problem with that. But then when they do, don't try to flip the script like you feel offended. So yeah, I just, women have not accepted yet that this is a problem that they caused. And I don't have a problem standing on it. Y'all caused this problem.
Yeah, no, I was curious. I really was curious. I say, because I hear that all the time about these men, you know, objectifying or sexualizing these women. But it's like, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, that's not what I see. Yeah, when I open up a social media feed these days, it's just it's some chick's chest everywhere. It's some like you said, some nipple everywhere, and I'm like, it's not even age specific no more. So I'm like, is that the men doing that to the women, or is that the women? Is that what the women are leading with? Yeah, because don't get me wrong, I don't agree. I do agree that a man does not always need to respond to that. So I do agree with that, right? Because at the end of the day, for me, that's somebody being thirsty. Yep. So if a female got to move like that, to me, she thirsty. Yep. And if a dude, if he feel like he got to move in such a way, he thirsty too. Yeah, but I'm like, that's just it's what I see out here now, and I'm just like, is this the dudes doing this to the women, or is this the women doing this to the dudes? Yeah, I'm like, let's just keep it for real, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I understand, you know what I'm saying, this social media world and everybody trying to get these clicks and these views, and it's like some of the stuff I see in these feeds and on these timelines, I'm like, are you serious? Like, is that what we doing now? Yeah, but then after you do it, then, you know what I'm saying, want to pick and choose who respond to it. And it's just like, how does that work? How you going to pick and choose who responds to it if you just putting it out here for the world to see? Like, that don't make sense. So, yeah, I had to lock in on that because the young lady made that point, and I'm just like, I don't know if we can keep using that. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm seeing a change. See, Kenyatta said people have to dress how they want to be addressed. Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. Let's see. Shout out to my guy Vince in the building. He said women want attention but don't want attention. Yes, it's the craziest thing. Yeah, it's the craziest thing. I don't get it. See, Donovan said, let's see, these women are doing it to men. Oh, doing it to the, I'm assuming that's to the men and to the studs. Not the studs, man. What? Man, y'all wild. Man, let me keep going, man. Y'all done got me hung up. Let me keep going, man. I said I'm getting straight to it tonight, and we getting up out of here.
And then my thing is with these married bitches, you living the wife life. Where your clothes at?
Man, potty mouths crazy out here.
And then my thing is with these married bitches, you living the wife life. Where your clothes at? Where your pieces at? Where your bags at? Where the trips is at? Where the cars at? I'm sorry, did you get a push gift? Where your Porsche at? Where your Benz at? Like, what's so tea about being married to a bum? Huh? Wife life. Where your Lulu at, ma? Where your Pilates class at, ma? Like, jealous. Oh, bitch, bye. Outside the country on your birthday. Where he took you for your birthday? You didn't go nowhere. Goodbye. Bunch of bitch, please.
Interesting.
Woo, they so bitter. Oh my gosh, they so bitter. Oh my gosh. No, she not sitting up there with duck nails. Oh my gosh. You could never tell me nothing. You could never tell me a thing. What am I listening to from you? Duck nails and a bonnet on your head. You could never. We should have played the version with Life in the Ash Lane. She already ate these girls up anyway. But I'll add my part. First and foremost, your priorities, you just showed us where your priorities are, Boo Boo Kitty. You just showed us. And stop talking about Pilates because you don't do Pilates. Look at you, girl. You don't do Pilates. You're not doing Pilates, girl. You are not a Pilates girly. You are not a Pilates baddie. You don't do that. You don't do that. Not you. Not you, sis. So I don't know why you talking about any of these wives because you don't do that. You ain't seen the inside of us. Let me stop because the Lord would not like. Okay, anyway, let me switch it up. Okay, let me go to a whole nother direction. Forgive me. Tell me you have never been a wife or even a serious girlfriend without telling me you've never been a wife or even a serious girlfriend because your priorities are all over the place. This is not what we do, right? Women who are invested in their men, women who are invested in the relationship with said man, we're not worried about where what international place he take us on our birthday. Because we know that we understand the plot. we understand that our relationship is only successful if we both are putting into it, right? So I'm not about to mess up the bag. And when I say bag, I mean our present and our future. Because see, I'm trying to have a life with this person. And Lulu, y'all ain't got enough of Lulu yet? Didn't they tell y'all they got toxins in the fabric of those of the materials in them clothes? Didn't they tell y'all they eating y'all coochies up? They told y'all stop wearing that Lululemon is eating y'all coochies up. You see what I'm saying? Now you want the married women to have eaten up coochies too, because yours is all eaten up. No, we don't. That's not where our priorities are. That's not where our priorities are. We care more about the structure of our family. We care more about how we live, the quality of our lives, not the quantity. We don't care about how many Lululemon leggings we have. That's ridiculous. So, I mean, I'm not going to say nothing else. I'm not going to say anything else negative about this woman because there's just no point. I'll just simply say this. This is probably why you're so angry at the married women, because you're not one. Right now, the particular mindset and attitude that you're showing, you don't even give wife material. And this is why you're upset, right? You're upset because women are getting on that app. It's TikTok in particular, which is TikTok is a very toxic place, but you upset because women are getting on this app and they're talking about how happy they are with their marriages. And they're talking about, you know, how their man is taking care of them. And they're talking about my man, my man, my man. And you're upset. You're so happy single. If you're that happy single, you would not care what none of these married women are talking about. It wouldn't matter to you. And you certainly wouldn't be comparing your life. The married women are not the ones with the bums. Y'all the one dating the bums. That's why you're still single.
Straight like that. Straight like that. V-Box, you good, man?
Only thing I'll say is when she said push present, I almost lost it because I have a quick story. So when my first daughter was being born, there was a nurse that came in. So congratulations, your first daughter, blah, blah, blah. She's like, are you getting your wife a push present? I'm like, no. Just like that. She's like, what? Why aren't you giving her a push present? I was like, because I don't want to. I'm like, I'm not doing that. He's like, well, my man gave me a push present. I looked at her hands. I was like, well, are y'all married? She's like, no. It's like, that's unfortunate. So, and she didn't come back for the rest of the time before while our first kid was born. So, ladies, some of y'all got your priorities messed up. I did say a couple other things, but I'm not going to say what I said because it got a little heated in there. Because I'm just that guy. I don't care. Like things you should worry about, things like, is your man, because we never hear this, is your man loyal? Is your man a decent person? Is he smart? Is he going to be a leader for you? Is he going to be a good father? We hear none of that. It's about stuff he can do for you. That's crazy to me. But these women, like Coco, she alluded to, these women are below average in looks. You got bonnet on your head. It looks like you're overweight, and you got crazy nails on. Talk about other people. I would be very quiet about that. If I wasn't looking away, I'll be nothing. There'll be nothing. I would say not a damn word. But that's kind of, I guess, this is where we're at. Everybody wants to have an opinion. And when somebody's in a better place than you, you have something to say. I think that's crazy. These women have men. You have no one. You're probably not going on any trips anyway. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, that's real. I would just say this, and I'm gonna check on Cole, make sure she's still good. I would just say this, man. We talking black people got to do better, man. This is another example, man. I think I would appreciate it more if somebody would just come out and just be honest and say, I don't want to do the work. Yeah, just say that. Just say you don't want to do the work. Yeah, just say you don't want to improve your situation. Just say you don't want to get yourself together. Just say you don't want to lose weight. You know, fellas, just say you ain't got no discipline. Just say you weak. Just say you ain't no leader. You ain't got no money hitting like that. Like, just say you don't get women like that. Like, I wish people would just be honest about what's going on. If the fact that we got a young lady sitting on here trying to hate on some lady who's married, that's crazy. Yeah, clearly this lady who is married did some work at some point. Yep, she improved herself at some point to the level of some decent man coming along and saying, you know what, you will make a great wife, a great mother. Let's try this out and get this going. Yeah, but you sitting here and you don't have the same results that this wife has. But then you sitting here trying to shame her because she's not material. Or she ain't worried about no push gift. Or she ain't worried about going on no trip or no vacation or whatever you talking about, because she more concerned about what's going on with her household and how the money flowing and making sure the investments is popping and just spending time with her husband and her kids and what have you. Like, somehow we want to make the wife feel bad because she chose a different path. Like, what's going on with us? Like, we really need to dissect that. Like, what is going on with us? Like, what is going on with us to where we at a point where we trying to make somebody feel bad because they not material? Yeah, we trying to make somebody feel bad because they don't want to just F off their money. Yeah, we trying to make a woman feel bad because she decides she want to put some clothes on and she don't want everybody looking at her all the time. Yeah, we try to make a dude feel bad because he don't want to just run through random chicks. Like, like what's going on with us? Yeah, how do we get to this point? How do we even feel like some of this stuff is even, it makes sense to us? Like, how are we trying to shame a wife? Like, y'all, I mean, come on, man. Like, let's let that sink in. Yeah, but I know folks, this is the thing. I know folks crack jokes, right? Yeah, I know folks crack jokes. I know fellas used to do it back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You had one of your boys that y'all been cool, you know, for a long time. He got married. You like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? You on lockdown. You can't come outside no more, this and that. But deep down inside, you be admiring my man. Like, he got the stable situation now. He, you know what I'm saying, got his family popping. You know, got his little kids running around, calling them pops. You know what I'm saying? And you looking over here like, man, I wouldn't mind having that. Like, yeah, it's fun to play in the streets, but that get old after a while. But really, it was a joke. Like, you wasn't really shaming my man because he got married and started a family and was doing things the right way. You wasn't really shaming him. But it's like we at a point now where people be serious about this mess. Like, they seriously shaming folks because you made a decision to do some things the right way. Like, I mean, how do we get to this point? Yeah, I don't understand it, man. We used to applaud it. Oh, sis, you done got engaged. You got you a husband. Girls used to be happy for you. Like, they couldn't wait for their turn. And it's like, now we want to shame you because you decided to get married and start a family and go about things a certain way in your life. Like, I don't. Yeah, this mess is bad, man. This mess is bad. Yes, it's bad.
Hey, man, it's over.
Yeah, it just might be. Let me check back in with Cole. I know she's been quiet. She might be handling some biz. Cole, you still there? Or you over there busy?
Yeah, no, I can talk for a second. What's up?
Okay, I'm just checking in on you. You ain't got to say nothing if you don't need to. I'm just checking in on you.
Oh, I thought you had a question. You had a question for me.
I ain't got a question. I ain't got a question yet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, hold that thought. I ain't got one yet. I'm just checking to see if you wanted to say something at all. I just want to make sure I didn't forget about you. You didn't want to say that yet, did you?
I mean, in general, right, based on the videos and stuff, we do need to do better. Like, I don't understand this perspective. I mean, based on the videos, like the perspective from women. Like, you got one that's just hating, the other one don't know how to treat the guy. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing as a collective?
Yeah, no, good question. Yeah, I just I'm lost myself, but like I said, at the end of the day, that's the one thing I do know we got to do. We got to do better. Yeah, we got to get our minds right. Because to your point, Cole, not even knowing how to treat somebody who's trying to treat you right, like that's crazy right there for me to get up there talking about some appreciation, and this dude is literally showing you that he appreciates you the whole time. Like, it's crazy.
Yes, I guess my comment / question would be, what should be the universal next step to turn this around? Why people say
He's shaking his head. B-Bots, are you trying to respond to that, man, or you gonna let that go?
Yeah.
He said he ain't gonna say nothing to it. Okay, he ain't got nothing to say, Cole. He ain't got nothing to say. I can try to answer this the best I can, Cole. It's folks gotta hold themselves accountable. Like, that's the beginning. Yeah, that's the beginning. Like, I think a lot of folks who make these videos, I don't think that they think that they're thinking wrong. Like, I don't think they do. Like,
some don't, but some do. But I feel like there is a small group that they have not run across a person to hold them relentlessly accountable.
Cool. I know some do and some don't. Don't do that. Cool.
What?
It's not Cole. It's an overwhelming majority of these ladies are this way. There's variations to how messed up the software is up in their brains. There's variation, but it's a multitude of women. It's all over the place. Whether they Baptist Christians or they Muslim or they agnostic, they black, they white. These women, they have lost their minds. And in our community, it's worse. It's bad. It's pernicious. So
I can't even.
It ain't no some, Cole. It's a lot.
Oh man,
I can't even dip my toe. I ain't told you how I feel. I'm out.
Okay, you go, well, Cole, you going back on mute. We got more. We ain't done. Go back on mute, Cole. You come on back in a minute. Yeah, we got more. Let me go keep going. Then we getting up out of this. It's 9:33, so we getting in the minutes. So let me keep going. I said I got a couple more in here. It's just, I don't know what's next. That's how bad this is.
Say that black men are the leaders in divorce. Y'all come back and say, well, who's initiating the divorces? The women initiate the divorces. We're not talking about who initiates the divorce. We're talking about y'all are the leaders of getting divorced, period. It doesn't matter who initiates it. Y'all get divorced. People don't want to stay with y'all. And that should be very telling. If women are initiating the divorces, it's because they don't want to stay with y'all. Like, I don't y'all argument is flawed. I really don't can somebody help me understand why that will be your rebuttal? Well, who's initiating the divorce? The fact is they don't want to stay married to y'all. So, make it make sense.
I can help her.
Go ahead, B-Box. It's on you, man.
So the stat actually is, if we're talking about overall, actually black women lead divorce. Now, black men, our divorce rates are high too. So I'm not going to say that's not a thing. So, but all black men are telling us, like, you guys, we marry y'all divorce us. That's what we're saying. So you're saying, well, we don't want to stay with y'all. Am I echoing? Is that me?
No, that was Coco. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. And so you're saying, well, all that's kind of saying is what black men are kind of telling is like a lot of the women that are supposed to be my mirror is not staying with me, right? By the way, side note, there are 1 million more black men married than black women. And thirdly, black women's divorce rates outpace their marriage rates. That's a crazy stat. They're the only group where that's true. Black men, we're the only group where that's true, where we're more married than our women. That's weird. That should not be. It's inverted. We're living in bizarro land as a people. So that's what black men are trying to tell you. You're not staying because you aren't resilient. And I will say this though. I will say this, black men though. Our problem is that we're picking the wrong women to be with. And I'm not talking about black women. I'm talking about women in general. We're not picking women who are marriageable. And I've been banging on that with men, and black men in particular. Y'all got to get with women who are wives. And if you can't do that, just be single. Just do that because it's a way better. I'm an atheist, but the Bible talks about living with a horrible woman. It tells you it's horrible. It's a bad idea. So black men, we got to do better. That's one of the reasons why our divorce rates are high. We got to pick better women. It's just my opinion.
Okay, I ain't mad at that. I know, Coco, you want to say something? I know he's off mute.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by something that B-Boxer said. He said you were an atheist. Quoting the Bible. Quoting the Bible.
I mean, I grew up in the church.
You're an atheist. Wait, you ain't hear me. You're an atheist quoting the Bible.
Yeah, for those people who are Christians, sure. Yeah, even the devil knows the word, Coco.
But the devil ain't an atheist. He know God exists. Okay. Anyway, shocker. That's just confusion. That's confusion. But anyway, child confused. I'm gonna pray for you tonight. Yeah, I think that dang, that threw me off. I think this is my issue, right? Women are so resistant. Women are just so resistant to the idea that they could be wrong, that they have real issues that they need to work on. They're so resistant to that, to the point to where they are making nonsensical arguments, but then asking you to make your argument make sense when theirs never did from the beginning. Like, you can't say men are saying, it's the woman that leaves, and you're like, yeah, because they don't want to stay married to you. Have you asked yourself why? Why are women abandoning their marriages? And they haven't really asked that question because they assume that it's always the man. So you have different men, right? Different backgrounds, different social, economical situations, but y'all are divorcing all of them. And at no point have you thought, is it the men or maybe it's the women? Why are the women? You telling me all of these men were bad men? Y'all all married bad, horrible men. Like, is the reason why it doesn't make sense, baby, is because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. There's no way that it's the men always. Now, I'm not going to say in some of those scenarios, it probably was the man. Okay. I'm sure it was. But in all of those scenarios, it's not going to always be the man. Why haven't you asked yourself, why don't we want to stay married as women? Why has that never been the question? Why is the question, I wonder why women don't stay married? Why don't we stay married to these men? We married them. They proposed. We said yes. We walked down the aisle. Why don't we stay? What happened between him proposing and us walking down the aisle, me marrying him, and the divorce? What happened? Did he somehow become a completely different person? Why didn't I want to stay married? You know, it's never a question of, and to answer Cole's question from earlier, there is no solution when people don't have awareness, right? If people don't have self-awareness, if people are not aware of the issues that exist within them, first and foremost, you cannot fix another person. You have to work on yourself, right? Because if you work on yourself, either the situation is going to improve because of the work that you've done, or working on yourself will tell you what you did to get yourself in that situation and whether or not you should stay or not. But the answer is work on yourself first. That's always going to be the answer. Always figure out what you did wrong, because I guarantee you in a situation like that, you did something. You're not innocent. But people never want to do any type of reflection. So, you know, I mean, it's never going to make sense. This stuff is never going to make sense to someone who is in denial. And we've already identified that these people love living in Delulu land. They make jokes about it.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real right there. I would just say this because I said I've seen videos like this before. And my question is always is essentially how do y'all want this to go? Simple as that. How y'all want this to go? Because at the end of the day, the thing is a guy, when he gets to the point of marrying a woman and committing to a woman, his goal is not for that to go south. Like, let's just be for real. Yeah, when a guy decides he wanted to get married and go through his process and get married and y'all start having kids and creating a family and doing that whole thing, his goal is not for that to go south or not for that to collapse. So I'm like, once again, you know, to B-Box's point, yeah, do the fellas need to do a better job of selecting these young ladies and vetting these young ladies? I agree, they do. But also at the same time, I would say to some of these women out here, stop taking this stuff so lightly. Yeah, you're talking about a marriage. Yeah, you're talking about creating a family. You're talking about legacy. You're talking about commitment and loyalty. And we just throwing that around. We throwing that around like it's a Louis bag. Yeah, but maybe, you know what? Now that I just said that, maybe that's the problem. Yeah, maybe we just don't value marriage and union like we used to. And we look at it just like a Louis bag or a Ruth Chris dinner. We look at it like, you know, catching a flight to Miami and walking down ocean. Like we just look at it like some more material, because that's how we treat our material. So if we look at the comparison, that's how we treat our material. Yeah, we go spend all this money on this little name brand garbage. We throw it around, throw it on the floor like it ain't nothing. Go spend all this money on these cars, you know, so we can get out here and floss, show off, go and crash the thing, bump it to the wall, scratch the door all up. You know, we don't care. Yeah, but it seems like that's how we treat marriages now. We don't care. Like, we don't nurture the marriage. Yeah, I remember there was a time when folks used to get stuff like that, spend that type of money, and they was making sure, you know, trying to be meticulous with it, making sure they ain't scuff it up, didn't tear it up. Yeah, fellas got new cars. They was washing on it every other day, trying to keep it clean, this and that. Yeah, people used to have that same mentality when it came to marriages and families. Now it's like we just throw them around like they trinkets. Yeah, we just divorced somebody because we ain't feeling it that day. Yeah, we go divorce somebody because somebody asked somebody to cook and clean. So yeah, if we gonna treat marriage like we treat all this other garbage that we got out here, then I mean maybe that explains it. Yeah, maybe that explains it. Yeah, but at the end of the day, this whole men being the most divorced or whatever she's talking about, this really ain't even a debate. Yeah, the fact that we got this many divorces to even talk about, that's the problem. Yeah, that's really the problem right there. The fact that we got all these divorces to even talk about, that's the problem. So yeah, man. Once again, man, we got to do better. We really do. Donovan said, "I ain't no slave." Yeah, man. It's always that. Somebody feeling like they getting slaved, man. it's always that. It's always that. All right, let me I'm gonna drop one last one because she made the cover, and then we gonna get on up out of here. We're gonna get on up out of here. Let me see what she talking about.
Somebody just say, if you a single mom, you can't expect a man to come into your life and be the provider because you come in with dependents. I promise you, do not approach me unless you intend on paying all the bills. I don't give a fuck that I got kids. I know that I have kids, and you know that I have kids. Don't pursue me if you're not trying to pay these bills. It's not hard. I'm minding my business, you mind yours. I think that's fair.
Man, why that had to be the last one, man? I'm ready to get up off it, man. Y'all done did me in. Y'all done did me in, man. Why that have to be the last one? Yeah, we got to do better, man. We got to do better. I ain't even got nothing else to say. Coco, you you good, beatbox? I'm done. That did me in.
I mean, I think that I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know how many times we can watch the same video over and over again with a different girl in a different wig, hairstyle, and a different wig or weave or braids or bob, and just they're saying the same thing. Like, I just don't know how many different ways you're gonna hear the same thing. Like, I mean, I don't know what y'all. I'm sorry. I'm a scratch up something next time, but I don't have anything else to say about this. Like, I just don't understand how you could put yourself in a situation where you're asking for a man after 2 or 3 kids to pay all your bills. Why didn't you ask the first man that knocked you up to stay with you and pay bills? Why was that not the requirement before you had a baby? Why was it not the requirement that the man that got you pregnant, when you first got pregnant for the first time, ma'am, why was it not a standard for him to stay and be the man to raise that child with you and pay your bills? Now you didn't, and you didn't just let it happen once. You went back again and then again. And at any point, did you ask any of those men to stay and pay your bills? Now you want a man, after you've done that, to not even approach you if he's not willing to pay your bills. It's like, where you get the audacity? You didn't expect that of any of the men that came before you. So why are you asking that now? I mean, this is what men are saying. Like, come on, ladies, like, just a little bit of logic, just a little bit of logic here. Like, why? And I'm not saying that you won't find some man that may be willing to do that. You may be able to find just the right guy at the right moment that might be willing to do that. But do you understand why men are saying, though, in general, that it's going to be difficult for you to do this? Because most men are not going to want to be bothered at this point. They know it. They get it. We all see that you didn't have any standards for the men that came before them. And they're now going to feel like, where's the standards for me? Why you got standards for me? You didn't have any before. Like, I mean, it just, it's not the kids. Okay, it's not the kids' fault. Men are not, upset with the fact that you have, like, it's not the kid that the kids exist. It's your mindset about this whole thing. Like, you would think that you would have some humility, at least. That you would come with some type of humility because you understand that you put yourself in a situation that's not ideal. And so instead of you being humble about it, like, yes, this is the situation that I'm in. I made some bad decisions. And yeah, I've had to deal with the consequences of those decisions. But I just want to love somebody and I want somebody to love me. I want to take care of somebody and I want, I just want to partner with somebody. I want us to. But that's not the attitude that y'all get. If y'all done went out and you got 3 baby daddies, 3 kids, and y'all are like, he gonna pay my bills. I know he gonna pay my bills because he need not even talk to me if he ain't willing to pay my bills. And not for nothing. Okay, I gotta say this because it's just real. Why y'all don't be baddies for real though? Like, no, I'm just saying, like, have kept yourself together, have, like, you know what I'm saying, been like bad. So like he'll be like, dang, I mean, she working with something. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't even do that, but y'all are saying what a man gonna do for you. Like, you just know he gonna do it. Like, it just be the audacity for me. That's all.
No, that's real. Yeah, that's a valid point. And B-Box got that look, man. You good, B-Box?
So it's just so crazy. That last video, I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to, man.
I'm sorry. Because I was like Coco, I just couldn't stop laughing. All I can say is, like Black Man's Ferris has said, I'm actually not mad at women who say this. It's because you can just leave them by the wayside. They're just telling on themselves. You don't have to deal with them because it's off rip. She's just telling you, hey, I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. So you don't have to deal with her. I don't know, man. It's been back to back videos of kind of the same thing. Yeah, Cole. I'll say this because Cole's like, what can we do? Not a damn thing. There is no way men are going to take L's dealing with these ladies like this. You can't force most men, decent men, to deal with a woman like this in this last video. I mean, what's in it for me? 3 kids, I pay all your bills that aren't mine. You look like a weeble wobble. She at least has her natural hair, at least. But what? Why? Why would I do that? There's no way. If Joe was on here, hey, Joe, would you do that? He would probably say, no, thank you. I'll ask Civil if he was, would you do that? He'd be like, no. There's just nothing out. Like, the only way, I don't even think there's a way. I'm just gonna be honest. It's kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So okay. So let me let me say this. I think that this is going to change itself, but I think it has not gotten bad enough. Yeah, what I mean by that is, I'm just saying, I don't think it's gotten bad enough. And what I mean by that is, typically, in order to see massive change, there has to be a massive fallout. Yeah, people got to hit a dire situation before they were like, you know what? Nah, we might have to circle back and change up. It's got something catastrophic would have to happen in order to trigger that. And I don't think that's happened yet. So I think right now, folks still feel like, they're independent. They don't need nobody. They can say whatever they want to say to anybody, treat anybody any old kind of way, keep divorcing folks, keep using dudes for their money. Dudes keep using females for their box. Like, people still feel like everything flowing right now. So they just going to do what they want to do. But when things really get ugly, almost life or death type of scenarios, people will make some changes. Yeah, but we've seen some stuff if we go back and look at history. Once people get put into a certain situation, they'll make some changes. And I think that's where this got to get, because at the end of the day, there just seems like there's just such a disdain between men and women, especially black men and women. There's just this disdain. It's like we can't stand each other. This is the funny part about it, though. When you let us talk on the internet, we can't stand each other. But we still creating all type of babies, though. Funniest thing ever. Yep, online, we can't stand each other. Yeah, black men can't stand black women's guts. Black women can't stand black men's guts. They want to divorce their husbands every other week. Like, don't nobody want to cook and clean. Don't nobody want to protect and provide. Don't nobody want to follow. Don't nobody want to lead. But for some reason, the birth rates is not decreasing. Yeah, I need somebody to make that make sense for me. Why is the birth rate not decreasing, but our disdain for each other is increasing?
Don't talk about the STD rates. They're increasing.
Right.
So we still boinking each other. Still doing that too.
Yeah, that part ain't stopped. But we just can't stand each other when it comes to commitment. We can't stand each other when it comes to partnership. We can't stand each other when it comes to marriage. We can't stand each other when it comes to these kids. We can't stand each other no other time. But when it comes to laying down, it's like we got all the time in the world for each other. I love him. I love her. We always can find time to lay down with each other with all of this that's going on. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Let's see. Shout out to my guy said he said men just want them guts, Mr. Price. Dang. Not the guts. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But you know what? You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. Let's see. Kenyatta said, nope, they're having sex, but yeah, for sure. That part ain't stopped. See, Donovan said, let's see, baby making don't require no audience. Yeah, well, that's true too. Yeah, that part ain't stopped at all. But man, let me get up out of here, man. I've been trying to keep time. It's 10 o'clock. We right on the dot. I've been trying to keep time, man, and get straight to it and get up out of here, man. We're gonna take some closing and we gone, man. I'm coming across top and bottom. We out of here. Coco, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just think that I'll say it again, and I'm probably gonna say it every single show until it sinks in. We Black people really have lost the plot. Like we're not standing on a strong foundation. It's like we forgot that our relationships within our community, that is what provides that foundation, and that has deteriorated, which is why we don't have a strong, solid foundation. And people will say, well, Black people don't have a community. We are a community. As much as y'all try to run from that, we are a community. We are a group of people. We are a community. Just because y'all don't know how to act like you can unify doesn't mean that you aren't still a part of a community of people. You are. And the problem is you don't understand how to be that anymore because everybody's so selfish, you know? Like we're so selfish. We are always looking out for our own gain, our own personal, pursuits. Like it's no more. We've lost the plot. And we talk about how horrible the men did. Like sometimes men will talk about the men that came before them. And listen, obviously there's areas where the men that came before them drop balls, the women that came before us drop balls. Like we can see there definitely were some balls dropped. But what I do appreciate about some of those generations is they still understood how important family was. They still understood how important community gathering and coming together was. Because if they didn't do that, we wouldn't even have what would we look like if they didn't understand the importance of that, right? So I just think that if we really want to see real positive impact within the community, the Black populace, if we really want to start to see some real change happen, we have to do that one at a time, right? Starting with ourselves. starting with ourselves. I think that's the most important thing. We cannot rebuild this thing on a weak foundation. We can't. So you better believe in something. Listen, I understand everybody believes something different or lack of belief, whatever, but you better believe in something. You better stand on something, because if you do not, I know it's cliche, but you literally will fall for anything. You will walk right into destruction. You have to stand for something. That's why it's important in other communities. I asked that question last week because I was looking for, have we made that connection as Black people? Have we made that connection? This is why a religious, if you want to do that, air quotes, structure is important to the other communities, because they understand that you need some type of foundation. But we believe that we don't. It's not important. So there's so many areas where, as Black people, we are struggling because we've lost the plot. We think somebody gave us our faith. We don't understand that it was born into us. It literally is our blood inheritance, right? That's what we think. So we don't understand that this is why we are going the way we're going, and this is why we're behind. And that Bible that we quote, like, it tells us why. If we're reading it, it answers the questions. The problem is, once again, we don't want to believe in anything that's going to hold us accountable. That's the problem. We don't want to be held accountable. The men don't want to be held accountable. The women don't want to be held accountable. And that's one thing that having a faith and a belief in God will do. It will hold you accountable. And when you don't want to be told or directed or instructed or corrected, you resist it. So my suggestion is, start with yourself. Start with what you need to change, because I guarantee you every single one of us have something that we need to correct about ourselves. Start there.
That's real. That's real. Appreciate that closeout right there. B-Box, it's on you, man.
Yeah. The only thing I can say is the only way this will ever get better is if one side is going to really initiate some changes. I just don't. And you said it, Mr. Price. You said that it's got to get bad or get worse. I don't even know if that's going to make that change. To be honest, I don't even think so. I don't think, even if it gets super duper bad, or whatever that might look like, that some of these women are going to say, yeah, I'll listen. COVID happened and they didn't get a clue. I mean, the world shut down for like almost a year and a half. And they're like, and now they can't run off COVID and say, all right. I don't know, Mr. Price. I mean, we had, when I graduated high school, we had the Great Recession. You would think then they would get it together, right? We went through civil rights. I'm going to go back. You would think then we would get it right. I'm sorry. We've had a lot in our history. We've had subsequent really bad things happen, and nothing's changed, bro. It's just gotten worse. I just don't think that's really going to happen like that. I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope to God I'm wrong. As you know, to make Coco lose her mind again about atheist quoting God. But but seriously, I really hope I'm wrong on that. But I just don't see it. I just don't. We've gone through so many things in a short amount of time in our nation as a people, and they're like, whatever. I mean, maybe the world's got to literally end. Like, we got a meteor has to come to Earth maybe before people really get it together. But I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, though.
Okay. I'll say we'll leave it just like that. I know Cole says she good to go, but we have a situation where the fellas provide a foundation. Let me just be real. The fellas provide a foundation for a lot of this nonsense to continue. Yep. So that's really where that lies. Yep, if the fellas did not provide this foundation, you know what I'm saying, for folks to be able to move how they move and live how they live and talk how they talk, a lot of this wouldn't exist. So to your point, B-Box, you know, when we were dealing with the, you know, pandemics and the 2008s and all of these things, the fellas came right back and provided that foundation for some of these young ladies to get right back to talking that nonsense and acting crazy and feeling like they ain't need nobody and they ain't got to depend on nobody and this and that. But trust and believe, while that toilet paper was running out, they was going crazy. I ain't forgot about all that. And see, there was a lot of stuff going on during that 2020, 2021 that we act like we done forgot about and act like it didn't happen. Yeah, that was not a happy time for a lot of the young ladies. And I'm just going to leave it real simple like that. That was not a good time. There was a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, I've seen how it can look. Yet when stuff get ugly, and now you got to turn that corner like, man, I'm out here. It's getting ugly out here. Let me find the closest man I can find for help. So that's why I feel that way, because I've seen some things and I remember some things, even in 2008. Yeah, when folks was independent and you didn't need nobody and they was out here buying these houses and balling out of control and in them adjustable rate mortgages. Yeah, when 2008 hit and they adjusted your rate up, and then there was a lot of young ladies talking about they foreclosed. It's like when stuff get ugly, then you really get a chance to see that you actually do need somebody. You actually do need some help. You actually do need some support. But I'm gonna be quiet, man, because I pay attention to everything. But man, shout out to my panel, man. Shout out to Coco, Beatboxer. Shout out to Cole on the panel. I appreciate y'all holding me down tonight, man. And shout out to everybody in the comments, man. Shout out to my YouTube family and my Facebook family holding us down every Wednesday night. Appreciate y'all, man. This is Kandid Konvos, man. We here every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We go live on YouTube and Facebook. So if you haven't already, smash that like button. Smash that like button, man. Hit that subscribe, man, and hit that share. And once again, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you know when we drop content. But, man, with that being said, man, everybody have an awesome night. And we're going to catch you guys next Wednesday.